In the beginning of the drama, we see Siyuan is trying to find her student because she has been absent for quite a long time, so she decided to look for her. But to her surprise, when she decides to reach at that place, she is unable to find her. So she decides to ask her brother, who is studying in the same class as she does. So she asks him where is her address, and then we can see is I really don't know. Then he calls to his best friend, and then he knows that suddenly her parents got on death, and because of it she decides to move on. After that, we see that right now she is working in a bar. Then we see our main hero and Jin, who is now in their family. We see that Jin and our main hero, they both are cousin. So after knowing that, we see how they both don't want to work in the family business. Here, grandma is trying to persuade both of them to work hard in their own company, but Jim says that he wants to be a teacher. That's why he wants to live a simple life. On the other hand, our main heroine Kevin says that he also doesn't want to work in the company right now. Then grandma persuaded him to work for 1 year and then he can leave. Then we see Jin and our main hero. They both are together, and then when our main hero asks whether he likes someone, he immediately sees our main hero in there and he becomes suddenly shy. Upon seeing his reaction, he immediately realizes that he likes someone. Then we see when our main heroine tries to find out about the girl, the waiter tells her that the girl had left the bar a long time ago. It means that right now she isn't working. So we know that right now she is nowhere to be found. And then we see Jim, who invites our main heroine to drink with him, but she refuses. After that, we see our main hero, who is now doing workout. And then we see how he is trying his best to get rid of the memory from the past. And then we see how when he was little, he was quite a fat boy and everyone disliked him because of his disfigure. And upon remembering all those bad memories, he immediately becomes sad. And then we see he suddenly has pain into his stomach, so he decides to visit the doctor. After that, we see our main hero telling doctor what exactly he feels. So he also tells him that there is a girl whom I want to remember, but I am unable to remember about him. So doctor advises him to search for that girl because he knows that girl might help him in understanding his illness. After that, he decides to act as the doctor says to him. And then we see our main hero, who is now in a place to eat, but he is unable to focus because the place is quite strange. Then we see how every girl is trying to attract him, but no one wants to get closer to him, but he doesn't want to like anyone. Then we see him sitting with all of the girls and talking to them. Now he's trying to find out about the girl that made him like that. And then he receives a message that their school reunion is soon begun to happen. And then we see when he tries to get connected to a girl, she replies that I'm the same girl who rejected you when you were younger. Don't you remember? And then we see when they both were as child, at that time our main heroine said to him that you are ugly, so you don't deserve to be with me. But suddenly his condition becomes worse and he immediately goes out of the room. Now he remembers everything, that the girl who rejected him when he was little was no one than our main lead. So now he is unable to forget the pain. So he immediately tells the doctor what exactly happened to him and how she rejected him. Then we see in school reunion, our main heroine meets again her ex. At that time, we know how his girlfriend had already betrayed him. and now she doesn't want to be with him. Upon hearing that, he becomes disheartened. After that, we see a girl who is quite arrogant and tries to tip a man who is Armin's brother, but he says, I'm not a driver and please learn how to behave. After that, we see Armin who is with her best friend and telling her what exactly happened. After that, we see our main hero who is unable to fall asleep because he finally remembers the sketch of that girl, and now he has finally vivid picture about her. Then we see how when he was little, he tried to confess his feeling to her, but she immediately rejected him because of his overweight and ugly face. And then we see how it became harder for him to live a normal life. He was the ugliest child in his school when he was little, and out of anxiety he eats a lot of food because he receives a message that Millie wants to meet him next day. However, because of eating a lot of food, his condition becomes worse, and now he is crying. But when he goes there, our Millie who wasn't there. Now we see, after remembering everything, he becomes sad, and how he had to shift his school because of Armill's rejection. Then the doctor advises him to make that girl as his girlfriend because now she's the only one who can make him alright again. Upon hearing that, he says, I will never pursue her. But after taking into account, he decides to be with him, and then after staying with her, he will dump her. After that, we see now our Armill's boyfriend is drunk, and then we see how she is trying to persuade him. While she was doing that, she knows how his girlfriend had already betrayed him. So now she is also quite surprised by knowing that. However, we see how Armill's brother is now drunk, and now he has come drunk home. After that, we see Armille who is talking to her brother and trying to make him realize what he should do and what he shouldn't do. And now his brother is quite furious about her behavior. Then he beats him up. After that, we see doctor is now persuading him over and over to be with that girl. He finally says yes because now he wants to get rid of his disease. So if he wants to do that, he needs to make Xiao Xiao his girlfriend. So next day we see how he has come to grandma, and grandma advises him to work in the company for 1 year, and if it doesn't work out or things don't go as planned, then you can go wherever you want to and you can leave Korea. And then we see grandma talking to another woman by saying that we will marry him here, so he will not be able to leave this city. After that, we see another boy and a girl who is now delivering food, and that girl is the same girl who is unable to study because of her parents' death. And now we see how she is delivering food, and then we see that beggar who seems beggar but in reality she is rich. And then we see Armille who is now furious, and she asks why exactly you are here, and then she tells before she could explain someone hits her from behind, and then she blacks out. When she wakes up, she asks who exactly hit me. At that time, that girl says, I was the one who hit you. But upon seeing her condition, she thinks that she is quite poor, so at that time she doesn't say much. After that, we see our meal lead who is now talking to that girl and asks her, why aren't you studying? Then she tells her everything what happened to her, and now she's unable to stay in the city. So our meal lead decides to take her into her house, and upon hearing that, she becomes quite delighted. Now she tells her that no, you really don't need to worry because I will help you in your studies and I will take your expenses. After hearing that, she is quite delighted. And then we see our main hero who is finally seeing the sketch, and now he's telling his best friend that she is the girl who broke my heart when I was a child and insulted me and humiliated me. After that, we see a girl who is now trying to contact with another person, and now she is talking to another person, so she'll be able to understand the situation. And this person is our main lead. How do you like it? If you like it, please do like, share, and comment.